right. Chapter 11, Teachings of Yosira. These are the words for the sons of the true doctrine, written in the temple of sacred mysteries at Yankeb in the days of darkness by the unnamed Lord of the secret belief who then lived. The true knowledge of the teachings and mysteries of Yosira concerning the spirit within the body, taken from his books and rewritten truly after the custom of writing. Yosira spoke to his sons in this manner. I am the vice-regent of the God of gods. I am the custodian of the books of power. I am the voice of heaven. I am the one sent into Tamura as a light-bearer, that I call may go thence throughout all lands. Let every man be watchful of his deeds and ways. Whosoever be watchful of himself is a man of wisdom, for he shall be saved from the terror of everlasting darkness. I am the torchbearer running before the chair-litter of truth. I come to reveal the greatness of men, to tell them of their immortal selves, of their spirits, which I have to be ransomed from the doom of devouring darkness. The God of gods spoke unto me, saying, Long have you dwelt under my shallow and listened to my words. Now arise and go hence to the land where these things of which we have spoken can be established, to a place whither I shall lead you, for it is not proper that those who dwell there should remain uninstructed. Behold, I have given you the secret of immortality, but know that, though all men are born into a heritage of immortality, not all enjoy it. The God of gods, in his infinite mercy, plunges many into the waters of forgetfulness. Yet, even from there, they may return to be renewed, not of themselves, but through the supplications of others. When Yosira came into Tamura, he gathered his sons together on the stones beneath the place called Hom Tree, and spoke to them in this manner. I am the dawn lighter and the torch bearer for the God of gods. These are my words which you will do well to absorb, as the dry sand soaks up water. Though they are words of wisdom, they are useless unless accepted by men who have control over themselves. They have no value to men who are unable to feel compassion for others or who close their ears to truth. You are the few chosen ones, my sons, light of my light, who shall hand the light on down through the generations. To you I give the true conception of God. To you I give the standard, that it may be a rallying point for those who will accompany us. For we stand at the borders of a land which has found favor in the eyes of our God. With us are fighting men, but they are few, while those who stand ready to repel us are many. Therefore, we will not set ourselves against them in a battle array, but go among them with guile, to gather many who will fight with us. You shall be the light of the fighting men, even as I am your light, and the God of gods my light. The light that is with me was kindled at the supreme source, which is the God of gods. Therefore, my light shines with such brilliance that it must be veiled in part, lest it blind you. It is even as the sun be seen through a veil of a cloud, it may be gazed upon for as long as desired. Seen thus, it is a thing of beauty and mystery, not something which burns and consumes the eyes of the beholder. Therefore, even as I veil my light from you, so shall you veil your lights from the eyes of the uninstructed. Yet in all matters not pertaining to the light, you shall instruct them in the fullness of truth. In all matters concerning their bodies, you shall instruct them in truth. But in all matters concerning the Lord of the body, you shall instruct them with a light that is veiled. Behold the nature of man. Within him is a spark from the divine source, and this is the Lord of the body. This alone is everlasting. This alone of man is his true self. The spark is enwrapped within a heavy mantle of matter. It is enclosed in a covering of earthly clay. The spark alone is the seed of life. It alone has understanding and thought. Such things are not with the clay of the flesh, neither are they kin to the stones from which the bones come. The life within man radiates out from the enclosed spark, and through the blood endows the body with life and heat. Life gives forth heat, and the greater the life, the greater the heat. As the sun gives light and fire spreads heat, as the flower radiates perfume, so does the central light give forth a vaporous, unseeable glow. And this our fathers called the breath of God. This breath comes from forth in two manifestations. There is a heavy form and a light form, and from these all things are compounded. From the one comes the sacred glow in its two aspects, which men call the breath of God, and from this are made all things which are in heaven and earth. Above is the God of gods, and below him are heaven and earth. Heaven is divided in twain. There is a place of light and a place of darkness. Within the place of light dwells the spirits of good, and within the place of darkness dwell the spirits of evil. Between them, the boundary is not fixed, but flows back and forth according to their fluctuating strengths. But they who abide in the light shall always prevail, for the light will ever dispel darkness. Therefore, those who dwell in the darkness withdraw from the brilliance of those who dwell into the light. This light and darkness are not such as men can understand, for it is not the light and darkness known on earth. Before the gates of heaven is the land of the horizon, whence go all who depart from their earthly body. From here there are two great gates. One leads to the place of light, and the other to the place of darkness. And the Lord of the body is admitted into the appointed place according to its likeness. He who is filled with the light and is a K cannot go to the place of darkness, for it would draw back before him. Neither can he who is a dark one go into the place of light, for there he would shrivel before the light, as the white worm coming forth from the damp darkness of its hole shrivels in the light of the sun. Between heaven and earth there is a great gulf, across which all the dwellers in heaven may not return, but earth is not wholly beyond their reach. Man receives from the place of light that which influences him for good, and from the place of darkness that which affects him from evil. These things may be written, but the secret things concerning them may not be recorded in such manner that they come to the knowledge of the unenlightened men. That which comes from heaven, whether influencing for good or evil, comes forth as shades in the likeness of men, which is rare, or much more often as luctum, which are like unto motes. It may also come as waves of air, but not air such as we breathe and feel. It is something altogether different in nature. Things come forth which are not stable, and these are the formless ones. All things are held in form by the breath of God, which changes formlessness, but from formless ones can alter form into instability. There are three great spheres, and that containing the earth is held together by the great glow outflowing from the God of gods. The part of the great glow which is light and contains life is called manna, while that which is heavy and contains the flesh of things of the earth is called manu. The one who is the God of gods is so great that he cannot be defined in the speech of men, neither can they conceive him in their thoughts, for he is beyond their understanding. Mortal man has limitations, therefore let men conceive him as they will. It is of no importance, providing their conception serves both his purpose and the glorification of man. Man is not yet great, and until he becomes so, it is well that he worship the many God forms conceived within his thoughts, providing they be such as tend to raise him above himself. Nor do ritual and worship do harm of themselves, unless they, too, thickly overlay the truth so it is buried from sight. Ritual and outward forms of worship can be aids to purification of thought and provide a sense of sustenance for the Lord of the body. What are the lesser gods beloved by unawakened men, but thought-conceived friends and guides? Yet, this is a dangerous path men tread, balanced between light and darkness. Therefore, when man wanders towards the abyss of darkness, reveal a little more light, that he may see or so return to the path. Beware, too, lest he follow gods that are false guides and would lure him into the quicksand of carnality or into the wilderness of ignorance. Before crossing into Tamaria, Yosira chose captains to be over the fighting men, and they sent forth men to spy out the land. He also sent from among his sons into the land of Tiwar, that they might talk with the people there. And these came back bringing hostages from the governors of the land of Tiwar. Then Yosira spoke with the sons of the governors, and they gave ear to his words. They were receptive to his speech. Yosira spoke to the people. These are the words of the God of the gods. Henceforth, no child shall be sold into bondage by its father or by any man who has ward over it. Such may not yet be the custom of all the people in this land, but if they become mighty, this they may do, for such is the nature of men. If a man have a woman in bondage, he shall not cause her to become a harlot unto men, for this is a great wickedness, and he shall not go unpunished. If she become with child unto her master, then neither she nor the child shall be given into bondage to another. But if she be given to a free man who takes her in marriage, then it will be well. The greatest wickedness in the eyes of the God of gods is all incest of the first degree, which is that between mother and son, or father and daughter, or between the mother's mother and the son of the mother, or between the mother's father and the daughter of the mother, or between the father's father and the father's daughter, or between the father's mother and the son, or the father's son. This is a wickedness unto the God of gods, for it calls forth the strongest of the formless ones, causing it to enter into an earthly body to become an abomination before the eyes of God and man. Therefore they who commit such an act shall perish by fire. For if it be committed with a child, then the child shall not perish, but it shall be branded with the mark of incest. Adultery is a foul and evil thing, which you shall abhor, for it permits the lucum to pollute the fountain of life. In a far-off land there lived a queen more beautiful than the dawnflower, who, because she was powerful, disregarded her heritage of womanhood. As powerful kings had many wives, she thought she could do likewise with men. The God of gods and creator of life created men and women, intending that each should play a different role. They are in no wise alike, for as men have their function, so do women have theirs. What is meet for one is not meet for the other, and because the Creator made them as they are, each should follow their own path, never seeking to journey along the others. Now, while the seed of one man was yet with her, this queen took the seed of another, and the seed of one man strove with that of the other, so that both perished and become corrupt pasture. Thus the way was cleared for Lucum to enter into the antechamber of life, and the sacred shrine of life was polluted, becoming the breeding place of foulness. So it was that when other men came unto her, the flesh of their body was seized upon by the Lucum and corrupted, for foul Lucum had made their abode within the woman. So the wellspring of life became a fountain of polluting evil. Adultery is an abomination to the bestower of life. Therefore, let it not go unpunished. None shall sleep in the bed of another unless the spell of his presence be first removed. For he who goes into any place or takes up anything while it is under the spell of another's presence shall surely suffer. They who are of the same kin living under the one roof will not suffer unless sickness already be there. None shall eat from the platter of another or drink from his drinking vessel until the spell of his presence has been removed. None among those who know the God of gods shall walk in anything poured out for a libation unto strange gods, neither shall he touch any part of the libation. If it come upon him, he shall go forthwith to the master of mysteries and be cleansed. Yosira said unto the people, These are the words of the God of gods. None among you shall wash himself in the water used by another and contained within anything made by the hand of man. None among those who know God shall touch a woman while the days of her heritage are upon her. No man shall go unto a woman with unwashed hands, and when a man and woman have lain together, both shall purify themselves before going about their tasks. Among the Lukim, none is more subtle than the Nabla, which seek sustenance among the food of men. Therefore, if you have bread within your dwelling, then it shall not be hung up, but if there be meat or fish, then it shall be suspended within the dwelling. If you have bran or meal which has been pounded, then it shall be kept in a capped container with norata flowers. Thus the Lukim will not come upon it. Neither crushed corn nor the crumbs of any repast shall be left within the sight of man or within the boundaries of the dwelling, lest the Nabla seize upon them for sustenance. All things that have held life but have not been used for food shall be buried within the ground. All vessels which have held food but hold it no longer shall be made clean with sun and sand. When the flesh of any beast or of fish or fowl becomes dark in your keeping or has the smell of rottenness upon it, then it is a sign that the Nabla have come upon it, and it shall be taken out and buried where no beast can come upon it. Thus the Nabla are left without sustenance and will be forced back into their dark abode. But if you permit them to sustain themselves, then they will come into their hosts and, being fattened and strengthened, will afflict you with many terrors during night watches. If the pouring place or the spout of any pitcher or pot have a blackness upon it, then that pitcher or pot shall be broken, for it has been entered by the fiery Lukim. If any who know God eat with strangers, they shall purify themselves at the rising of the sun on the following day. If any among you eat with a hand uncleansed by water or sand, then be prepared for attack by the Lukim of the night. He who draws the blood of any beast must cleanse himself of all blood, lest he be attacked by the dark Lukim. Neither food nor drink of any kind shall be kept under a bed or against a sleeping place, lest the Lukim of the night come and take up their abode therein. These are the words of the God of gods, spoken through the mouth of Yosira. Yosira said this also: All things which may sustain the Lukim are to be buried or burnt. Anything coming forth from the nostrils or mouth of any man or woman is rejected from within and becomes sustenance for the Lukim. Still waters that lie upon the ground are the drinking place and forbidden to men. Water shall not be used as drink unless it be drawn from within the ground or be in a place where it is shaded by trees. Eat only food known to be wholesome and which gives contentment to the stomach. In taste, it should be soothing and refreshing, never bringing pain and discomfort. Eat not of anything that is too dry or oversalted, or which brings sickness upon you. Any food of which men eat has become rotten or moldy, has been seized by the lucum of sustenance. This you can see, for the rottenness and mold upon it is the excreta of lucum. Anything that has blood in it and is dead, having died of itself, shall not be eaten, for the lucum have made their abode in it. No man shall eat uncooked meat, even that which the sandfarers carry shall not be eaten. The slaying of any man or any woman is forbidden, but it is not unlawful to slay in war or in self-defense, or to uphold the purity of the household or home. To kill deceitfully or to strike from behind is murder, and shall not go unpunished. If blood be shed, it shall not cry out from the ground in vain, and unto the kinsman of each one slain shall be the order of revenge. If you swear an oath one with another, saying, Great God, bear witness, or before any strange God, to deceive another man, then consider, for only the most foolhardily turn their back on such an oath. For it is sworn on the life of the Lord of the body, and if it be broken, the Lord of your body will be everlastingly disfigured with an unremovable scar. Man has many trials to overcome in his life, and not the least of these tests is oath-keeping. Though an oath may diminish and become nothing with the passing years according to the memories of men, it is everlastingly impressed on the Lord of the body. Wiser far is he who never makes an oath. If any man say, The whirlwind and the sandstorm, the flood waters and the burning fire, these do I fear, because these I see, but the lucum which I see not, neither do I fear, that man is a fool, for he knows not the deficiencies of his own eyes. The lucum he will learn to know by their manifestations, for they will seize upon his body and torment it, sometimes even until death. It is likewise with the God of gods. None may see him, but by his manifestations he is made known unto men. Josiah spoke to the captains of the fighting men and to those who were with them and said, When we come into this new land, all things that the people who dwell therein hold sacred you will neither defile nor mock. Neither shall you stir up strife with any man, for we come to them as friends, not foes. Therefore, when Josiah and all those with him came up into the land of Tawar and dwelt there, peace was in the land. Then Josiah taught the people of Tawar the weaving of cloth and the working of metals, and showed them how to make tools and weapons of metal cast in a mysterious manner. But the secret of the sharp-edged weapons he revealed only to his own. The people of Tawar built an habitation for Josiah, and the temple of brick bound with reeds. There were skins upon the walls and on the floor, and the doors were of wood. Then Josiah spoke to his sons in this manner, These are the things in which the people of this place shall be instructed. The dove is the most sacred of birds and shall not be eaten. But if people say, Forbid it not to us for sacrifice to our gods, then it shall not be forbidden them. All right. The milk of all beasts which do not have horns and part the hoof is not for the sustenance of man. But if the people say, Forbid it not, for it is our custom, then it shall not be forbidden them. The sacrifice of breast children at the burial of the dead shall be forbidden, for the old blood of the young cannot provide life for the old, each man being the fashioner of his own destiny. He that has life shall bear it with him, and none can possess the body and life of a breast child except the God who gave it life. He who buries a living breast child with the dead shall himself die. All things buried with the departed one, whether they be weapons or dishes, instruments or ornaments, shall have the form released from them before they are placed within the ground. This shall be the law unto all those who work with metal, whether it be gold, silver, or copper. 1 day in 7 shall be a day of rest for the fires herewith the metals are wrought. On this day no fire will be lit, and no metal touched or moved from its place. On the even of this day, all things of metal that have been made since the last day of rest shall be placed in a trough of sanctified oil, remaining there until their appointed time. Nothing shall go out from the workplace of craftsmen in metal until it has passed through the oil.